everybody, and welcome to Cooking with Class. I'm Emily Fowler.
And I'm Stacy Tennant.
And we're glad you could join us today. In our kitchen we have a guest chef, and that's Michelle Quigley. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi.
Michelle, thank you. Michelle is a graduate of the JCCC Culinary Program in the spring of 2007, so she is a brand new graduate from our program, and we're glad that you're here today, and you're going to be preparing a watermelon soup for us?
Yes.
That sounds great.
Okay, so first of all, you just start with half of a watermelon, a seedless preferably, and just cut it up, remove the rind, which is really easy. And then if there are a few black seeds, which there usually are, whenever you puree it up, they'll just float to the top, so you can just skim them off with a spoon or something. And then just chop it up. Small little pieces.
So you're going to throw it in a blender, right?
Yes, we're just going to puree this up. It's just a chilled soup. All you do is throw everything together in a container and mix it up. It's
So no
really
cooking.
easy. No cooking, which kind of fools everyone. So I already have some chopped up here, and we're just going to turn it on. And as easy as that, just puree it until it's smooth. And then we're going to actually take the top off. We're just going to pour it in our container here.
It's like a watermelon milkshake.
It is kind of like a watermelon milkshake. And just leave a little bit of the juice at the bottom because it helps puree up the other. It starts getting it blended. It helps it become smoother so it doesn't just stick at the bottom, which you'll find that'll happen in your home blenders. This one's a little more technically advanced than mine. A little $40 one at home.
That one's nice and big, too.
Yeah.
Mine's a little small.
It's industrial. Let's just get the rest of this watermelon in there.
Is this a recipe that you created?
Yes, just one day at work we were just like, we have some extra watermelon. I was like, I'll just make a soup out of it. So it turned out great. Customers loved it. So it's just an unusual soup. A lot of people have never had a chilled soup, which is kind of different. I just did it for my parents when I was home a couple weekends ago, and they absolutely loved it. They're like, I never even thought of using watermelon as a soup. So
Yeah, this is unique.
yes, it's
Yeah,
definitely a bit
definitely never
different.
had this before. I'm anxious to try it.
All right, just get the rest of your watermelon in there. Just clean off your board. And then we'll just put the cap back on. And then turn it back on. And just pour the rest of it in here.
Now, it's pretty foamy. Does that kind of
It
come to a
settles
head at some
down
point?
and it will actually separate a little bit, and some of your ingredients will settle to the bottom and stuff, so you just kind of have to give it a quick stir before you serve it,
Okay.
obviously. And then after that, we're going to add, we have a cantaloupe here, and I've just halved it, and I've taken all the seeds out of it, and we're just going to use a melon baller, which y'all have at home. And we're just
Hopefully.
going to
I don't, but
okay. If not, you don't
can
have to
buy
use a
one.
melon baller. You can just chop it up as, however big of chunks you want, or bite-sized chunks, just so it's more, it looks pretty with the balls. So then we just scoop out the watermelon, or the cantaloupe actually. And you can use honeydew, you can use any kind of melon. It's gonna get messy. If you want. And also, in addition to the other fruits that I'm using, you can use red grapes, you can use, I've used strawberries in this before. Any fruits, pineapple, honeydew, anything that you like. I mean, you don't have to necessarily use what I'm using, obviously.
Is there anything you've tried that hasn't worked very well?
I noticed I did strawberries once, and I did chop them really, really small, like a nice small dice, because I was doing little shot glasses of them. And the strawberries they macerated too much, and they kind of disintegrated. It was the only thing I didn't like about it. They kind of
So
just were too small. Like you need a hardy fruit, I guess, like a bigger piece of fruit. It was just too small for it just kind of disappeared too in the red, which I didn't like.
I see.
But just do your cantaloupe here.
Yeah, the melon balls look kind of pretty.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, just something different. You don't always see melon balls, I guess. Or I never do.
So you would serve this almost as like a dessert? Kind of?
Actually, you could serve it kind of like an appetizer is what you'd do. I mean, you could serve it before or like alongside a salad or something.
Yeah.
And then after we add that, we're going to add some halved green grapes. I just sliced them lengthwise, just cut them up so they're not so big, so they'll pop in your mouth. Okay. Just going to add those. That's about probably about a pound of green grapes is what I try to use. And then we have, to bring green grapes in again, we have some rehydrated golden raisins, and you just hydrate them in some hot water, or you can put them in the microwave with some water and microwave them for a little bit, and they just plump up. They just taste a lot better. So we're going to add those, but try not to add all the juice is the only thing.
Now, golden raisins come from white grapes, and then the dark raisins come from red grapes. Is that right? Or dark
Yes.
grapes?
Actually, golden raisins are green grapes.
They are green
Yes,
grapes.
they are green grapes. They just have a different. They have a different flavor. They're a little more sweet, I think. I think that out of, and they look prettier than brown.
Yeah, that might not look good floating in your watermelon.
Okay.
soup,
So
little
then
brown
we're just
things.
going to stir this all up. Just give it a nice
Yeah,
stir.
you can definitely see
with
that
a
green. That
ladle.
looks nice.
Yeah, I just try to use different colors so it looks pretty.
Yeah. I bet you pineapple would look good in there.
Yeah, when it's in season, especially if you can get the Maui. Then just some regular honey. You can use your favorite honey if you like a certain kind of honey, a local honey or anything. I just got some regular honey. And about half a cup of honey. Just pour it in there. This gives it a nice sweetness. Makes it have that extra hint of what's in there kind of thing. So you just stir that up, and that's the only thing you really need to work and make sure you get stirred up, because if not, it might just drop down to the bottom and just all sit there.
Yeah.
So you just stir this up, and then we have, to add some more sweetness, we have a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar.
So just regular table sugar.
Just regular table sugar. It just adds, brings out the flavor of the watermelon, I think. And also we're going to add some kosher salt, which also helps bring out the flavor. Just helps develop the flavor of the soup. Just about 1.5 teaspoons, I would say. Just a nice, generous helping. And you can adjust this sugar and salt if you don't want any sugar or you don't need any salt. You know, if you're trying to watch your sodium intake, you can just adjust it to whatever your taste buds like. I mean, I like sugar and I like salt.
And that was kosher salt that you used,
Yes,
right?
kosher salt.
Now, what's the difference between like kosher salt and regular just table salt?
Regular table salt is iodized, and kosher is just a coarser. I think it has a more palatable flavor. I guess it doesn't have like as much
Right.
metallic-y flavor. I don't know exactly what the difference is. I like kosher salt. And then also we're going to add one of our local wines from around here. It's Holyfield Winery from up in Basehor, Kansas. I just used one of their sweet wines. You can use any sweet wine you like. I like a red sweet wine. It gives it a different flavor. You'll see the color. You'll see the color change when we add it. We're just going to add about 1/2 cup of this. Just any sweet wine just adds a little bit of extra flavor, a little extra boost.
That's your favorite ingredient?
Well, in some cases, yes.
And then it gives it a nice deep color, which I like.
Oh, that
Makes
really
it
did make
a lot darker
difference.
color.
Mhm.
It's almost a little sangria there.
Yeah, it is kind of like sangria, which also was an influence of this. I had some sangria once.
So
It's
this would
really
not
good.
be good for a kid's birthday party then?
No, I mean, it wouldn't, but the amount of alcohol compared to the amount you make a gallon with this recipe, it's kind of trivial. So I don't think it would hurt you. I don't think it would hurt a kid because, I mean, there's alcohol in
Well, you
all
could
sorts
also
of
use like
things.
grape juice or something.
You could use a
Yeah.
grape juice or some other, like, just a sweetened sparkling wine. Just add the sweet flavor.
Right.
And the color would be really nice. And that's all you have to do. Just chill it thoroughly. You want to macerate it for about 2 to 3 hours. And macerating just makes all the flavors come together, and it makes the all the fruit soak up all the juice of the watermelon and kind of lets all the flavors just meld together and makes it taste a lot better. It doesn't taste as good when you just make it and then eat it right away. So I've already made some, which is over here, and I made it before and I let that macerate overnight. And then we're going to add some fresh mint, just a chiffonata mint to the top. It just gives a cooling effect. It tastes really good. It's a great garnish. So I'm just going to chiffonade some mint.
So the maceration is sitting it in the refrigerator for at least 3 hours to allow all those flavors to kind of come together.
Yeah, basically the fruit will just absorb all the flavors, and the sugars will break down more, and it just makes all the flavors taste better.
So you're just cutting
chiffonade,
thin shreds of mint.
thin shreds of mint just to garnish it with. Just put that on these.
It's great color. Love it.
It is great color. And a little bit goes a long way, so a little bit on there is good.
That looks so festive.
It does.
Yeah.
And then also, and if you didn't want to serve it in a glass like that, you could also serve it in a bowl for a bigger portion. This would be more of a less alongside something, or you could just serve it just as a meal itself, or an appetizer, or as you said, a dessert would be really good. Just pour it in here. And it's smelling everywhere. Just wipe the rim off real quick. Just add a mint sprig.
Beautiful.
There you got it.
That looks great. Wow, thank you so much.
welcome.
This is a wonderful dish. May we taste?
Yes, you can. You can actually taste those. There you have spoons.
Shall we
over
go
there.
for it?
Yeah. Let's do it. Are you
Yeah,
going to try it with
sure.
us? Okay. Wonderful. Oh my goodness.
Watermelon's not Stacy's favorite thing.
I
but this
know.
could be the
I'm
two.
kind of
Maybe I'm
scared.
gonna change it around.
I'm kind of scared. Maybe I'll just get some grapes in here. I'm blowing on it like it's hot. Did you
It's
see
not
that?
hot.
Oh my gosh.
It's so good.
It's soup, you know. Wow, that's really yummy. It does kind of have a sangria flavor to it.
It's great for a barbecue. It's just good to cool off.
Mm-hmm.
I just like it.
Very nice. Well, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
coming in today.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to see this recipe again, you can go to the college's website. That's www.jccc.edu. Search on culinary, and you'll see the Hospitality Management Culinary homepage. And there's going to be a link there to the recipe, so you can follow along with what Michelle has done today. If you'd like to see this program again, you can find that on our website also. It's video.jccc.edu. And you can order a DVD set of the programs that we're doing, Cooking with Class. You'll also find information about that on the Hospitality Management Culinary website. So thanks for coming by. Thanks to Michelle and Stacy, and we'll see you next time.